All right, we've got everybody here. All right, everyone settle down, please. There's plenty of space for everyone. Let's get comfortable. We've got a long journey ahead of us. We're going all the way from Charlotte to Houston. Yeah, I know, it's going to take about 2 days, but remember why we're doing this. It's for one of the biggest matches of our lives. The first time we get a chance to show who we are on the national stage. Houston Dynamo in the Cup. Oh, yeah. Hello there, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, you heard that right. Our little Minneapolis City, the Crows. We are coming all the way from the National League Division 1. Remember, the 6th tier in this US Pro Rel system to take on Houston Dynamo of the US Premier League, the top flight. Now, combined with our league fixtures, the first few weeks of December have turned into something of a road trip. So we just wrapped up a match with the team here in Charlotte, the Charlotte Eagles, and now we're on our way for the big one in Texas. And of course, everything's bigger in Texas, right? Then we're coming all the way back to Charlotte. So yeah, just a reminder, everyone, don't make a mess of the bus. We'll be coming back on this one. We're taking on Charlotte Academy in a few days' time, and then we're going all the way up to Baltimore for an away game there. But it's December. Anywhere's warmer and preferable to Minnesota at this time of year. Yeah, but for now, we've got a long journey ahead of us, so get yourselves comfortable, and I'm going to fill you in on our cup run so far. But before we do that, hello and welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here, bringing you another episode of City to the Moon, the US-based series in which I take charge of Minneapolis City, and using FMDG's Pro Rel database, we try to go from the bottom of the system right up to the top to the US Premier League using only youth players and local free signings. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please do me a favour, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, get the bell on for notifications so you don't miss any of the youth development action. But yeah, let's get back to our Lamar Hunt US Open Cup adventures, which began with a trip to North County. And don't worry, I remembered you to one who lives there. Let me know down in the comments if you spot that musical reference. Now, North County Battalion are a team a couple of divisions below us in the Western Premier League, but they put up a fight until Santiago, Santi Boy, finally unlocked their defence for a 1-0 win. And let me tell you, Santiago has been in amazing form this season. Haven't you, Santi? He's been banging the goals in, week out, tearing up the league, but more on that when we get to our next league episode. So our next match was home to Pittsburgh Riverhounds Academy, a team who had beaten us in the league just a few weeks before now. This was a feisty game, having picked out our Santi as a threat. We saw a horror tackle from Meza after just 8 minutes, leaving the visitors with just 10 men. They would have the best chance of the half, though, winning a very soft penalty. I mean, what was that for? And why was Healy even booked? But not to worry, as justice was served when Brown made the save. We eventually got the winner midway through the second half as Oliver picked out Santiago with a beautiful through ball. It was lower league opposition again as we had a trip to Florida in the next round to take on Sporting Tampa FC. Santi was up to his usual tricks early on, but the goal was ruled out for offside, even though it wasn't. The deadlock was finally broken late in the half as a push-on kid earned us a penalty. Santi converted with one of the greatest penalty kicks of all time. In the second half, we added another after kind of new signing Osman, I'll fill you in on his story a little later, fired in a cross to set Santiago up for number 2. The hat-trick was completed late on as the Brazilian bulldozer latched onto a tired mistake to wrap up the win. Into the first round proper then, and a match with a team one step above us in the league pyramid, Seattle Sounders 2. First it was mystery new boy Osman setting up kid, some clever footwork from Andrews, then earned us a cheeky penalty, with who else but Santiago converting. Osman once again did the hard work for the third and final goal, with Santiago latching onto the rebound from Silva's header. I should probably fill you in on the Osman signing at this point. Terence Osman, to give him his full name. Now, he's a youngster who was released by Minnesota United at the end of last season. He came to us on trial in pre-season. We were impressed and offered him a contract, but unfortunately his agent's a bit of a dick and took forever to agree terms, and we finally signed him on the 7th of September, 1 week after the league registration window closed. So for now he's only available for cup games. We can't play him in the league until January. On to round 2 then, and we benefited from the luck of the draw, getting the lowest ranked team left in the competition, Tiburones United, from the same division as North County. Osman opened the scoring after a lovely high cross from Bar. Man, we really need to get this Osman playing in the league. Osman was involved again in the build-up to Santiago's goal after another beaut of a cross, this time from Healy. Kidd wrapped things up with a well-placed shot in the second half for another 3-0 win. So that victory sent us into round 3, where the top flight teams come in, and we got one of the big boys. Houston Dynamo, currently 3rd in the Premier League, managed by Slaven Bilic, and we might well be facing the impossible. Anyway, if you'll excuse me now, we've got a long journey to complete, and this lot better get some rest. Okay, so here we are in Houston at the BBVA Stadium after a marathon journey across the Carolinas, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana. Had to drag these guys away from New Orleans and keep them focused on the journey ahead. We finally arrived in the great state of Texas now. These guys, they're like little kids. They've been running off, buying all the Houston Dynamo gear, except for Santiago, who somehow snagged himself a Barcelona shirt from somewhere. But now it's time to get into that stadium there and see how badly we get beat. Well, let's have your predictions down in the comments, and let's hope it's not too embarrassing. Okay then, so it's the big day. Game day, here we are. This is our lineup for the biggest match of the save so far. So of course, we've got Brown in goal. We've got Barry at centre-back. Another new name here, Philopoulos. Now Philopoulos, a little bit like Osman in that we signed him on a free, but after the transfer window was closed. Although this time we weren't actually alerted to his availability until after the transfer window. So he's been playing in the reserves and coming into the side for cup games. But central defender, he can play also in midfield. Bit of an unambitious personality, low determination, which seems to be affecting a lot of the players at this level, but he's got some potential for the level we're currently at. So, you know, we said we'd make those local signings, and he's another one. Barr and Healy in the full-back positions. We've got Smith, Silva and Andrews, who, as you can see, have formed a nice triangle in the middle of the park. Kidd is on the left, Osman on the right, because, you know, we've been making big use of him there, which means Justin Oliver has to drop back to the bench for this one. Santiago up top. He has been banging them in left, right and centre. I think to this point, we're in December, I think there have been 3 matches across all league and cup competitions this season when he hasn't scored. And in 2 of those matches where he didn't score, he got the assists. So, you know, he's on fire. If he can get a goal today, even if we lose against Houston, that's going to be a success. I mean, one thing to bear in mind, up to this point, we've played 5 games. We've scored 11 goals in the cup. Santiago scored 7 of them. We haven't conceded yet. I'm sure that's going to change today. But yeah, if we can just get a goal, even if it's a heavy defeat, then we'll have something to be proud of. Okay, so here we go. The teams come out. It's a pretty full stadium. Big sea of orange, it has to be said. Let's see. We've managed 5 minutes without conceding. So, you know, that's a great start for us. Oh, Silva's hacked someone down. There's going to be a free kick. I've got a feeling this is going to be a goal here. Powder. Brown with a fantastic save. Get in, son. Fantastic block from Brown. We haven't cleared the danger yet because there's a corner, but that's an encouraging start for us. Well done, Minneapolis. Oof, that one. Brown alert again to award another corner. So this is going to be tense. How long can we hold out? Brown with the save again. We've got pretty much to 10 minutes without conceding, but I don't like this. The highlights continuing. That suggests to me we're going to give it away and concede. There's Osman. Andrews plays in Santiago. Osman, it breaks for him. Could we get something here? Silva, back to Smith, over the top. Oh, that works. That works so well down in National League Division 1 in Tier 6. That ball over the top. Oof, Kemal Bash nearly scores, but here didn't work out for Santiago, but fantastic start. The highlights just keep coming. Barely time to catch your breath here. Hindman. Oh, he gets it. Oh, Bar missed it. Arujo scores. Oh, we held out for almost 12 minutes. Now I fear the floodgates might be opening. But yeah, we see here Hindman picked it up, played it across the box. Bar, perhaps he had the chance to clear that if he was just a step further forward, just a step quicker. Oh no, more highlights directly from kickoff. Oh, is it going to be something for us again? We're going to have to think about that. That is the kind of thing that would work at the lower level. The ball over the top to Santiago. It's obviously not working here, although they are supposed to be playing short passing. Anyway, it's Cordoba for the Houston Dynamo now. Brown with another good save. Well done, son. 13 minutes. Ooh, this has been played in real time almost to this point. Anyway, it comes back out to Hindman. No, the highlight ends there. All right, we're starting again with the ball here in our box. They're really pressing us high on those goal kicks, not giving us a sniff of the ball. Kidd going on a run, but he gets dispossessed, unfortunately. And now we get the Houston counter-attack coming, but it's a bit of a patient build-up. You know, we've just got to hope that we can capitalise on a mistake. We can perhaps get into the box, earn ourselves a penalty, something like that. But, you know, I'm impressed with our boys so far. De La Torre, is he going to get it in? For Cordoba adds an inevitable second. 2-0 down on 20 minutes. Yeah, how many are Houston going to score? Okay, well, we've made it almost all the way to half-time without conceding again. There's been a bit of a lack of highlights. I think Houston Dynamo happy just to not take any risks at this point, but the inevitable third comes, and it's that man Cordoba again. This is definitely not what we're used to playing in our league in Tier 6 week in, week out. Oof. All right, so half-time, we're 3-0 down. The only thing of note for us is Ian Smith getting a yellow card. Don't get sent off, please. Yeah, and I am just going to tell Smith to ease off the tackles, because we don't want him getting a red. He's done it before. Okay, early in the second half, it's a free kick for the Houston Dynamo. I'm sure there's not a "the" in their name, but it just sounds like there should be. And it comes through to that man, Kemal Bash. Oh, that was a fearsome strike to put them 4-0 up. Might have been a hint of offside, if you ask me. But they're not, obviously. But yeah, Wright picked that up. He played it over the top. Yeah, it was just a well-timed run from Kemal Bash. Too quick for our defence. Oh, I don't think we're going to win this one. Right, I'm just going to make a change here. So I'm going to drop Matt Silva back into that defensive midfield role. Smith, he's got the yellow. He's not playing well at all. I mean, no one's having a particularly brilliant game, except perhaps for the goalkeeper. But he's on a 5.9. So we're going to bring on Ruiz Plaza. I mean, one of the veterans who's been with us since the beginning, so he deserves a bit of match time in this game, I think. Same goes for Justin Oliver. Osman, the new boy, is looking a bit nervous and anxious, so we'll bring in Oliver inside forward. Go on, son. Run riot. Right, well, we're into the final 10 minutes. We haven't conceded again. We've even had a shot. We didn't get to see the highlight, but we're going to make our final substitution now then. Andrews, I mean, normally one of our major players, I mean, okay, they're all struggling. It's the big players who are struggling, interestingly, because Matt Silva, he's on a 6. Andrews 5.9. Santiago's on a 6 as well. I think Santiago just has barely had a sniff of the ball, has he? I don't have anyone I can bring on for Andrews, though. Well, I do, actually. Philopoulos can move into midfield. We'll put him up there. We'll bring on Max Kent then. So, again, it's one of the original players. Give him a bit of the big match experience. Get him out there. He's a team leader. He can guide us through this final 5 minutes. Can we at least, get a shot on target, maybe? Is that too much to ask? Apparently it is. Well, there you go. It was inevitable that we would get a 4-0 defeat, a heavy defeat, but, 4-0, I think, isn't too bad. We've had worse. So 4-0, there's no shame in that. This is a team third in the top flight, where we are right down. God, I guess we must be some 80, 100 places below them in the league system. So you gave it your best effort, lads. Well, that demotivated everybody. Great. So we're in the press conference. We've got Austin Bird here from the American Soccer Daily. Look at this question. You were expected to lose today. Agreed. But no one expected a defeat of that magnitude. I mean, come on. This is the equivalent of a Premier League side playing a team from the Conference North, Conference South in England. And I would say in that case 4-0, especially away from home. You can't call that a defeat of that magnitude. The team put up a decent effort. This is one where I want to bang the table and say to this journalist, look, you've got it wrong. But bang the table would apparently lead to me agreeing with him. We'll go with the open arms. It was a decent effort. Well, if we were hoping for any big windfall after that game, it didn't exactly come. We got £3,000. I should change this back to dollars. We got $3,000 for losing. We did get big money, though, for winning in the second round. I'll just show you the finances quickly. So you see, that has put our balance up. I'm guessing our cut of the gate receipts must have come through straight away. But yeah, we can see gate receipts for this month, 140,000. So yeah, we were about 80,000 in debt. Now we were about 150,000 pounds in debt. Then we got this bit of a windfall for reaching the third round, which took us to less than 90,000 pounds in debt. But now the fact that we're in positive balance for the first time since I think the first season of this save, that's down to the gate receipts. Fantastic news. As I said at the start of the show, it's back to Charlotte. We're playing away at Charlotte FC Academy in a few days' time. Now, you can have a sneak peek if you like. You can see the league table over there and get an indication of how our season's going, but I'll save a full rundown of the league form and what's been going on with Santiago and then the new signings coming in and all of that in our next episode, which will be our end of season review. Hopefully we can get promotion. Make sure you tune in to find out, and look out. I've been experimenting a bit with doing YouTube shorts and doing some other little videos, so do look out for any little bonus Minneapolis City content that may come out in the next few days or so. But for now, thank you very much for watching and joining me for this special episode. Do let me know what you thought down in the comments about the whole intro and things. I used to do those kind of intros more often, not so much in FM21. Let me know if it floated your boat or not. And make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, get the bell on for notifications. I'm Dodgy Gamer. See you again soon.